especially right now, a lot of us that are going through what we're going through, especially if you think that this world is all there is, and it's sometimes hard not to, we're going through hell. You know what I'm trying to say? But this is for eternity. So it's like once you realize that, you can like change your mindset around, and realize, like, I'm gonna put it, like, when I was going through like some of the worst moments of my life in terms of having to like meditate every day and really transmute the pain I was going through.
Yeah.
Like I still had the intellect to realize, by knowing the Hermetic principles, that, like, okay, this is like,
you can pull yourself out.
Yeah, like, exactly. I knew I could put myself out, so I never got to the point where I felt like I wanted to die, because a lot of people get to that point, and then they begin to essentially slowly kill themselves, because your heart becomes fearful, and if you have a heart that's fearful, you're a coward. And if
that's the seed
Yeah.
of the disease.
Yeah.
Once you let, as far as what I've learned from the masters and just my guidance is this: you can't never let fear set in to heart. That is where it's dangerous, because that just creates this whole, it just weakens your whole aura, brings you down, it makes you sick, and it puts that seed into your mind and heart. Once it sets in your heart, it's just hard to get that out of. You're going to have to do some work to
Yes,
get
exactly.
that out.
So they say, like, the only way you'll know how to be brave is to face fear. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's a part of our experience, but
Yes.
like some people give into it. Some people give into the sadness. Some, what I'm trying to say, they stop having that will within them, which is really the will of God within them.
Right, it sure is.
And then unfortunately, what they do is they become their soul becomes fearful, and then once their soul becomes fearful, they're even afraid to die, and so they begin to take drugs and slowly kill themselves, because they don't have the courage just to commit suicide in a fast way. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's basically,
yeah, and you know what? That's kind of like the first time I had somebody put it like that to me,
yes.
and just hear it back. But that is actually what's going on.
Yes.
To be honest with you, it's like you want to die. You
Yes.
have this self-loathing within yourself, right?
Yes.
And so, and then you steep down so deep in the fear that you become even fearful of what you want, which is dying. So
Correct.
you kind of have this, these implanted self-sabotaging, reoccurring, subconscious thoughts that kind of act out in your life to basically slowly kill you, to the point
Exactly.
where okay, I could take it if
Exactly.
it's in doses.
They don't want to even feel anymore. They don't want to feel the fear that they have, that they're riddled with. You know what I'm trying to say? But they don't have the courage. They don't have the courage, because they're cowards, to kill themselves. So it's a so they're kind of a catch-22 always.
Right.
And unfortunately, I've dealt with a lot of those people in my life, and those people become narcissists, and they hate you.
Seriously.
And they hate you because there's still a spark inside you of God, and they fucking have gone. They become the fog within them is so clouding them
their own
that
spark.
exactly that they're like, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna punch it, I'm gonna kick it, I'm gonna yell at it, and let's see if my power, which is fear, overcomes it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
And if my power and if my demons,
and I kind of dealt with, from the sound of it, it sounds like you've had kind of a lot of experience.
Yes, absolutely.
With those types of people.
Absolutely.
And I can't say I've had as much as you, but I've dealt with, a lot of people, especially being an empath. Mm-hmm. Those people are attracted to you anyway, because they're attracted to your light, and you have that healing energy. They're looking for answers, this, that,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know why they're around you. It just kind of feels good. So, I've had my fair share, mostly, females that, it was more of like the low self-esteem, low body, low self-image type
Mm-hmm.
of female. Like, if we're talking about, okay, these are beautiful, beautiful women physically, like, and for all intents and purposes, it doesn't even make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's just ingrained in them, the low self-esteem, whatever is where something happened in childhood, this, the third, past life, whatever, they're bringing that energy over. And it's like I could just feel that they were depressed, and I knew they were depressed, but they weren't out with it. You know what I mean? But you know, it's like they talk they have this negative self-talk, you know what I mean? They have this victimization type of mentality to where they're always wanting to put themselves as the victim. And it's like those draining type of friends, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, homegirl, I don't know what you want, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to entertain that energy. I would really try to build them up. It's like, no, this is, this empower you. This, you don't succumb to, you're not a victim. You're in control. You understand what I'm saying? You can turn this around.
Has that worked?
Just that, this is what I wanted to say, because when you were talking about it, it reminded me of some of the situations that I had to deal with. There's two different categories. Some people, they're really wanting to get out of that and they're looking for some assistance, and it works, where they just, move on with their lives. They're feeling good about themselves. You have to get them out of their environment, and like, no, don't be around these people. You have to change your environment. And once they get out of that, they just naturally bounce back. But then there are, that group, kind of the similar to what you're talking about. Yeah, like where they, that group to where they're so in darkness, there's nothing you can do. And you almost, as being an empath, you want to help them, but it's almost like a trap for you too. You see what I'm saying? It's you could potentially lose yourself trying to help these types. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And I find that you just have to, those types, you just have to let them go through what the fuck they need to go through.
Correct. Yes.
Because they're not ready to move out of that dark funk to where, okay, they're so cloudy they can't see their God spark. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes.
And like, to be honest with you, it's to the point where, like, if you're not really securing yourself and your energy and your vibration is high, those people can really pull a person down.
Yeah, I've actually had one
to that level.
Yeah, I've actually had one of them. I've had 3 of those type people in my life, and I've actually had one of those people actually tell me, they said, "Lewis, I wish I was more like you," and every now and then they have a moment of clarity and a moment of humility, because what it is they actually see with what's in you, and they see your strength. They really wish they had it, but they don't. All the fucking things on earth, there's so many fucking pleasures on earth, you know what I'm trying to say? They just cannot fucking stay focused to do the work, you know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
And so they're constantly battling basically their own self, and
oh yeah, it's definitely
as you rise and the light within you rises, that exposes the darkness within everybody. Does that make sense?
Yes, so and they don't like to see that.
And they don't
want,
you
expose that in them, and a lot of times they will, if not outrightly reject you, but they'll just start doing little shit to try to bring you down. You know what I mean? And it's just their own insecurities and about who they are and where they're at, and they're looking at it in a duality sense, like, okay, that person's over there, and then jealousy comes into play. Like,
Correct.
Why can't I be like that? And
Correct.
They get everything falls into place for them, and their life's so perfect. Your life may not be all that perfect.
My life's definitely not perfect.
But it's just like they see it as you being like perfect because you're not in that mental state that they're in, and you have an optimistic view about life, and you're making changes and making things happen and not trying to remain stagnant. And it just makes them feel so bad about themselves that they have to project now their loathing for their situation onto you, like, oh, you're the fucking problem, so
crabs in a barrel mentality.
Yeah, crabs in a barrel. So yeah, I see a lot of that too, and it's just them not wanting to deal with themselves, and you're basically putting a mirror to their face.
And since they cannot control what's going on in themselves, they figure that they'll try to control you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You've seen it too. Yeah,
Yes,
I've seen it.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you've been here long enough, I mean, you're gonna deal with it at some point. But it's just, some people, they never get an understanding of it, and they let that shit. They open their lives up to that chaos and that energy, and they get sucked into, they fall victim to the shit.
For me, that was my New Year's resolution. No more narcissism. Actually, in fact,
no more narcissism. I know. I saw
that
people on Facebook.
I wasn't playing around. That shit was hard, man. Letting them people go. Fuck that.
And that was the live. That was the most lit post. I was like, oh hell yeah, that get out post. I posted that because
Yeah,
I was
saw
like,
that. I appreciate
that is the business right there. I
It is.
said,
This is the
for
order of the
real.
day. This is the
Because
order of
this
the
is
day.
not the time to have those people in your life with
Correct.
this Saturn transits that we're going through over the next
Yes,
28
correct.
years. You do not want that. That shit will eat your ass up.
Exactly.
Okay, you don't want that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to kind of clear a lot of the releasing and the clearing and all that. That was 2016, 2017. Like that.
And honestly,
that was what that energy was
yes,
for
it
you to
was,
release all
yes.
that bullshit. If you carry it over into this year, it's not going to be playing. Like that shit is going to be magnified like a motherfucker.
Correct.
So.
And honestly, these people that fuck with me, you know, these narcissists, like they are scared of me. They know that I could.
You see through that shit. That mask. They have a mask.
It's not even
and
seeing
we can
through
see
that. It's not even seeing through that. Like these people, some of these people put me through some actual physical fucking pain. You know what I'm trying to say? Not and emotional, but like some of these people, they know that I damn near will fucking kill them if they fuck with me again. Like literally kill them. And you know, you gotta realize I don't know. Maybe it's I'm part Puerto Rican. I'm part fucking crazy. I'm part fucking crazy.
It's that African and Puerto Rican blood. That's just you a firecracker. I can't deal with that.
Straight up, like I will end up. This is
and
I
that
get it from my dad.
Oh my
I'll get it
goodness,
from my
and
dad.
that Spanish and shit.
Yes,
oh,
I get it from my
Lord,
dad. Like, yeah, but you know, I'll be in jail happy as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So.